Hey YouTube, I'm Crystal, and I'm here to do an initial impressions review of my brand new Gossamer Gear The Two backpacking shelter. It is an ultralight tent. It weighs 29 ounces, 0.4 ounces for the stuff sack, and it is set up with trekking poles and tent stakes. The trekking poles and tent stakes and ground cloth are not included in the price of the tent, which is, I believe, $380 to $390 on Gossamer Gear's website. Or if you wait for the Thanksgiving sale like I did, it was about $350. Strider, come here. I decided to do this video because in preparation for my 2018 PCT thru-hike attempt, I have been watching a lot of gear review videos on YouTube. So I noticed that there was only one video on YouTube for this particular tent. Since I just bought mine, I figured I would do a setup and initial impressions to help keep you informed about what tent you want to buy. And if anyone is interested in this, I will also do another review once I've done a few shakedown hikes, and another review after that once I finish the PCT to give you a thru-hiker perspective on how the tent held up. So let's jump right in. Let's go. So initially pulling it out of the bag, this is what it looks like. Came with a bunch of little things that I really hope that are just extra and that I don't have to attach. We're going to leave these right here on the stuff sack. For tent stakes, I'm going to be using the tent stakes that came with my Snug Pack Ionosphere. They're not exactly ultralight, but they'll do. Okay. It does not come with any instructions. So I'm just going to eyeball the height to set my trekking poles to. These are Alpine Summit trekking poles that I got off Amazon. They were like 24 bucks or something. Would you look at that? It looks kind of like a tent. Alright, so that's the tent all set up. Let's do a quick 360 so you can see the tent from all angles. To tighten up the corners, it's super easy. You just take this little cord pull and cinch it down. There's guy outs on all four corners of the tent, as well as on the two doors. However, if you want, there are also guy outs on each corner of the bathtub floor. The doors on either side of the vestibule are closed together with Velcro in 3 points. And it just unzips like this. And you can just roll these up. Like so. And this is just your standard little door clasp thing. To open up the other side of the vestibule, all you do is unhook that and roll this side up as well. And here's the tent set up with one side of the doors open. The top of the tent is reinforced where the trekking pole sits. One feature that I liked was that the tent came with this little tab to stick the bottom of your trekking pole in. For an inexperienced noob like me, that was very helpful. I'm about 5'5", and I have plenty of room to sit up, even with the tent kind of collapsing on me due to my poor setup. I can lay down with plenty of headroom and plenty of footroom. So one thing I was concerned about when buying this tent was the thickness of the bathtub floor. You can tell that you can see right through it. It's very thin. My big concern is that because I do a lot of hiking with my dog, hashtag Strider the Adventure Dog, that his nails would puncture the bathtub floor in some way. So far it does feel pretty sturdy, but that is definitely something I will keep you updated on in future reviews. Okay, come on. Good boy. Now, while I was setting up the tent, I had a bit of an issue with the ground being too hard to put the stakes in some places. I don't know if it's too many rocks or if the ground's just frozen because it is cold. But in some cases I had to resort to holding it down with a rock. And, you know, that works just fine. But it is something to consider if you're thinking about the difference between a freestanding tent and a tent like this. Freestanding tent, I wouldn't have that problem. Overall, I'm really looking forward to using this tent, and I think it's going to be the perfect tent for me. If there's anything I didn't cover, or if you have any questions, please leave them in a comment below, and I will either respond or answer them in my next video. If you would like to see my next video that I'm going to do as I get more acquainted with the tent and after I finish the Pacific Crest Trail, or if you want to see any other gear reviews, or maybe just some fun videos of me and my dog hiking, please subscribe. Strider.